Hey, what's going on, positive people? It's B plus. Thank you guys for stopping by the live tonight. Hope you guys are having, or hope you guys had a wonderful Tuesday. I can't believe that it is already April. And just laughing just because I saw some of the April Fool's jokes that went out today. Man, I really wish I would have queued that up of my favorite CHH April Fool's jokes of the day. So I'm not sure. I think it might have been. I don't want to get the quote because I don't want to say the wrong outlet, but I believe it was Rapzilla. Yeah, because it was Pin Game. So Pin Game did they did a His Glory Alone. KB dropped a cologne line. Thought that was hilarious. Thought that was hilarious. The little graphic that they used for that was hilarious. Um, I wish I would have. I just thought about that literally when I started. I wish I'd have been prepared so I could have shared some of that. I guess I can share my screen really quickly and kind of show some of those. That's doing. Am I doing too much? While I'm doing all this, let me know how I sound. Let me know how things look and all that good stuff. For those of you that don't know who the heck I am B plus. I am a Christian hip hop enthusiast. And shout out to my homie um, K Drama. He hooked me up with the threads for the night. Shout out to Cincinnati family. I say it all the time. I've known K Drama since he was selling cassette tapes. I've known him for quite a long time. Shout out to my big brother in the chat, Wakanda forever. That's not my big brother, but hey, he's family. He's saying Wakanda forever. What up, family? You are my family. I thought that was my actual blood brother for a second that hopped in. He has a similar. What threw me off is you can see here, Wakanda forever. My brother just has a blue V, and I saw family. I saw the blue, and I saw V-like structure, and I thought it was my big bro. But appreciate you, Wakanda forever, for stopping through. You stopped through before. I appreciate you being a repeat watcher. Hopefully, you are subscribed. Sometimes the algorithm, not the algorithm, but sometimes YouTube it'll kind of make you feel like you're subscribed to somebody because it shows you a lot of their stuff, but you're not actually subscribed. So, for those of you that aren't subscribed to the channel, I strongly encourage you guys to go ahead and do that. But yes, I'll just talk through some of my favorite April Fool's jokes within CHH that happened today. Another one was Anike. She dropped that she was collabing with I think Nicki Minaj. So of course that's going to ruffle some feathers, and people are going to take that too seriously. So I thought that one was funny, and there were a few others as well. Definitely let me know where you're listening from. I got a few people over on X that are watching. Prove that you are not a bot and leave me a comment, because sometimes I be on here. It'll say I have 30 people watching on X, and praise God if it really is 30 people. But a lot of these people are a lot of those numbers are sometimes bots. So prove you're not a bot. Drop me a message, or yeah, drop me a message in there. I need to get like that. Y'all know that old Lecrae, not Lecrae song, Tripoli song. I am not a robot. I am not a clone. I need to like have a drop where I can hit that button. So when I make that announcement, you guys can know that what time it is to prove that you're not a bot. Prove you're not a bot. Um, so yeah, so I hope you guys had a good April 1st. I can't believe we're already through the first quarter of the year. So yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and switch gears. We are eventually gonna get to the ultimate Lecrae bracket. I've been running this on X for about a week now. Every couple of days I drop the next round. I never put it on IG because I don't want to learn anything new. And my biggest following is on X. So I really haven't figured out the algorithm on on Instagram. Uncle Al be tripping over there. I don't know what he be on, but I can't figure it out. So let's kind of switch gears and let's talk about lately we've been having some conversation around songs sounding too secular. And so first, I guess last week, Lecrae, he caught some of that flack because of the song that he has with Miles Minnick called Heaven Sent that they debuted at Rolling Loud LA. And I thought it was amazing. I thought it was amazing. If you actually watch the set, you can see that like Miles did an altar call. And people were saying that the song, they just had problems with the song sounding too secular. And I'm just kind of like, understand what that means. So what I did was I hopped on here and I really broke down the lyrics, and I counted about 25 scripture references between Lecrae, Miles Minnick, and also on the course. So I'm not sure where that narrative comes from, but I want to have a little bit of grace for those folks, just because hold on. I was trying to make sure that my cameras are working right. But I want to have a little bit of grace for people, because people are coming into Christian hip hop at different times, and they have to go through the same process that we went through, as far as figuring out if we like figuring out, like, hey, is this Christian hip hop, is this a thing that we can actually do? And or is this something that that really is ruffling feathers for no reason? So there's different people come into Christian hip hop at different times, and you have to go through that process, just like people come into salvation at different times. And sometimes they may be very zealous at some point, and then at some point they kind of taper back, and they're not calling everything a sin. So I think it's the same thing when it comes to Christian hip hop. I think people come in at different times, and they have to go through the same process that we went through, as far as like understanding, like, that it's not about the sound of a song. It's not necessarily about like, if it is even a similar style of a secular person. I understand there's like some preference things. You may not want somebody to sound a certain way because you feel like it's too close to like a secular artist. So that came up with Heaven Sent. It's also come up again, and I'm actually going to pull this one up. I'm going to pull this one up because I thought it was really interesting. And yeah, so you can see here. So Indie Tribe has a new song out called Rob Hell. The beat is crazy. The song is just absolutely nuts. I love the song. My kids, they love the song. I played the song I DJ'd at my church for the young adult event. They love the song. But this person says here, I hate to be that guy, but this crossed my feed. The emulation of secular culture by Christians needs to stop. The aesthetics, the flows, the slang, the beats, not just this song, but there are many. So there are many are so close to the other sides that it defeats the purpose. Might delete later. Saying he or she might, I think it's a he, might delete this particular tweet later. So said that in response to Indie Tribe's Rob Hill song. And it was met with a lot of quote tweets. I'll read a couple of them just because for context. So DJ Mike LV, he made a comment about aesthetic, flows, and slang. And it's just like, those things can't be like, even if a secular person does it first, it doesn't mean that it's unredeemable, or that it's automatically stamped as ungodly. The first person that made the internet probably wasn't like wasn't probably a Christian. The first person that made a hamburger wasn't a Christian. So like, at what point are we kind of nitpicking here? So let me get what kind of ever he drops in here. He says, music notes are just music notes. It's the content of your song that separates you from what the world pushes, in my opinion. And I tend to agree with that. And then DJ Michael V went on to say, it agitates me that people have this perspective as if when they come to God, you have to abandon your culture, your dress, your look, and speak in a way that is pseudo white culture to look like you're saved. And unfortunately, here in the West, a lot of times, like, that's a safer look. And obviously DJ Michael V is very passionate about this. There was a comment that I thought was really dope by Big Swiss that he made. I think it was under this one here. Actually, give me 1 second. I'm gonna try to find it really quick, and I don't want to do it. I don't want to bore you guys and do that on camera. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna try to find this post by Big Swiss. I thought it was really dope. So, I found it pretty quick. Praise God. So I found the post, and let me go ahead and go back to share. So, and button. Y'all bear with me. I'm clicking all these buttons live. Yeah, so I love this comment by Big Swiss. He said, "Yeah, you should delete this." He said, "Your argument should be Christians shouldn't rap, which is a bad take, which is just as bad as a take as this one, brother. Hip hop is a concept, not a tangible item. It is only useful as the writing behind it," which is exactly what Wakanda Forever just said. If the lyrics are honoring God, that's all that matters. And to that, I tip the cap because that's exactly how I feel. That's exactly how I feel about it. So we've had a couple instances where people are having issues with the sound, the look of hip hop, and how it looks within Christian hip hop. So I was talking with one of my guys today, and it kind of goes along the same lines that Wakanda Forever and also Big Swiss are saying, is that music notes are just music notes. Um, Culture is just culture. Now we understand that there are perverted cultures, but those perverted cultures are just taking and biting off of, no pun intended, the holy culture. They're biting off of, they're taking something that God said is good. He said everything was good. The first chapter of the Bible, he says these things are good. All this, like he created a culture, he created a world, and then it got perverted. So anything that's perverted out there is like it's biting off the original, is what I'm trying to say. So so I was talking to one of my guys today, and I think I have a remedy that will stop all the secular cadences. It will stop all the secular sounding hip hop. It'll stop all the dress. It may not stop the dress. I haven't figured that out yet, but I have figured out something. I have figured out something that we can implement. All Christian hip hop people can implement this, and it will eradicate our issue that our guy has here. I want to barefoot river, and we had a lot of people responding to that tweet. Some people were a little hard on him, but at the same time, like, it really does rub people the wrong way when they're taking shots at something that is so beneficial to so many people. Like I got the shirt on that says "Long Live CHH." I've been a fan since '99, and it really has helped disciple me as a teenager. It's helped me as a single adult. It's helped me as a engaged man, as a married man. It's helped me throughout my career. There's been songs that I've leaned on. So Reach Records just had a post not long ago saying, like, tell me something good about CHH, what it's done for you. I was just like, man, how long you got? I got a whole list of things. So I'm stalling. Let's get to my remedy, a remedy that I have here that I think will solve a lot of CHH issues. Let's take a look at my remedy.
Are you a Christian hip-hop artist struggling to make your music sound saved enough? Tired of people telling you your song sounds secular just because it knocks a little too hard? Well, struggle no more. Introducing the Lecrae Kingdom Edition MP Christian 5000, the only beat machine designed specifically to keep your CHH credentials intact. Is your song running low on Jesus per minute? Just press this pray button, and we'll auto-insert a sinner's prayer at the perfect moment. Never get called lukewarm again. Accidentally using worldly cadences. We got you. The Devil Mute feature automatically removes any flow that sounds too radio-friendly and replaces it with a solid youth group cypher vibe. The sermon button, need that extra sauce on your outro? One tap and we'll drop in a hipster pastor soundbite, complete with a breathy pause and a deep theological question that doesn't really have an answer. Your beats will be blessed, your lyrics will be anointed, and your critics will be silenced. The MP Christian 5000. Because if it doesn't sound Christian enough, is it even really Christian? Call now, operators are standing by. Most likely in a prayer circle.
So that is my proposal. That is my proposal. Everybody should get the MPC Christian 5000 made by Lecrae. It's the Kingdom Edition, and it will solve all our issues. And this is my poor attempt at an April Fool's joke. So I don't have I don't have a remedy in place here. Shout out to Wakanda for ever hanging out with me. He likes to joke. So I probably will be posting that sometime soon. I thought I would have a little bit of fun with it, but it ultimately it goes back to what Wakanda Forever was talking about. It goes back to what Big Swiss was talking about as well. Like, it's the content that matters. There's no such thing as Christian music notes. Now, there are very familiar chords. I was just talking with the musician today, and he was talking about how, like, there's like he was saying the numbers of the chords, but he was saying with this chord structure, you can sing about 120 something worship songs. And I was just like, really? He was like, yes, off of these same basic chords. So there are things that are more popular within church, but that doesn't mean that it's sanctified, because you can take that same thing and put some terrible lyrics over top of it, And what is it? It's a trash song. It's a trash song that's lifting up darkness. So it's not, there's no such thing as a Christian beat machine. There's no such thing as Christian chords. There's no such thing as these things. And if we think we can just look at somebody like, and I get it, If you look at the indie tribes, like some of the rollout that they're doing for this Rob Hale, they got a shiesty mask on. They're like open up a trunk of a car, and it's just like it can. If you put it on mute, you can be like, man, like what is going on here? What is going on here? But then when you turn it off of mute, you can hear what they're talking about. And I'm thinking about doing it the same way I walked through Heaven Sent and pointed out all the scripture in it. I may do the exact same thing. I may do the exact same thing with Rob Hale, because there's a lot of scripture reference in there, a lot of scripture, a lot of great references and metaphors and all that good stuff. It's just everybody in indie trap can really rap. I think I put a lot of reallys on that, but it's the truth. They can really rap. So shout out to Indie Tribe, shout out to Mouse Minnick, shout out to Lecrae, and shout out to Holy Culture Radio. Because it's 24/7 Christian hip hop, and we play everything from people who have 5 monthly listeners all the way up to the people who have millions and millions of monthly listeners. And I'll go ahead and I'll just do a quick plug, and then we'll get into the agenda for tonight, which is to get to the final four of this bracket. But if you don't have the Holy Culture app, zap the QR code on the screen, and you will be able to download that app. 24/7 Christian hip hop. We have between 18 and 20 something different personalities on that show that do a very good job to put together for our daily shows. They're putting out brand new shows every single day, no repeats. Myself, I have the 6 o'clock hour Eastern Standard Time on the weekends, so you can check out the Be Positive Music Show on Holy Culture Radio. And I try to do a great job of having fresh shows every single week. Song breakdowns. I want to get back into doing album reviews, but y'all don't watch album reviews like that, so I don't want to spend a lot of time doing them if it's not going to be worth the time. Artist interviews. I'll have segments that are about specific topics. I just did an entire show on the sovereignty of God. And throughout that show, I played songs from Christian hip hop, from the Christian hip hop subgenre from 2004 all the way up to 2024. So I covered 20 years of different Christian hip hop artists. Kick things off with Christ-Centric, which is a group from the 2000s. And I think I ended things sometime in I think I ended it with a song from Swoop, talking about the sovereignty of God and dealing with that from his We Go On album. So, and then I just on International Women's Day, which was March 8th, I did a full show where I played 20 different ladies within Christian hip hop. So download the Holy Culture Radio app, plug into what we have going on, because all the personalities on there, I know they do a diligent job of making sure that they have fire shows for you guys. I know I do. I have a weekly schedule where I sit down and I really try to pour over what I have. I got plugs. I got Luke DiMarzio, and we're working on like, hey, I want to have a show on this theme. Big Swiss is the same way. My homie Lank, I hit him up. I hit up a lot of people. Black Xtian over on X. I hit these people up to say like, hey, like I got a song coming out or I have a show coming out with this particular theme. Like, what are some songs that you have? Because I have these songs. And then so I try to put a lot into the platform that I have, because God gave it to me. And if God gave me this platform, I am going to use it to the best of my ability. So I'm off my soapbox, but check out Holy Culture. If you are an older person, you're not really sure what hip hop has to offer, I dare you to download that app and get plugged in. So with that being said, it is now time for us to switch gears and get into this bracket. Let me check one thing. I got a notification that popped up. Oh, that's just the homie link. All right, cool. I am about to switch gears. I just said that. But let me take a quick sip. All right, and we are good. We are good. So let me go ahead and pull up. Where did it go? All right, bet. All right, cool. So I start this bracket, a quick 2-second version of what I did to make sure that to get this bracket up and running. So what I did was, long story short, hold on, I just got a comment. Um, appreciate you. Appreciate you. Sounds dope. Downloading the app now. Download it. It's free 99. It is free 99. Now, just so actually let me go back here. If now with the app, with the Holy Culture Radio app, if you were to turn it on right now, it's showing you a day in the rears on the app. So Tuesday you'll be listening to the Monday show. Tuesday you're listening, yeah. Tuesday you're listening to the Monday show. Wednesday, so it's going like a day in the rears. Because the live version is actually on Sirius XM. So Holy Culture Radio is legit. It's on Sirius XM channel 140. So it's a legit situation. And so that's where you can get the live show. Now, I said I am on the weekend. I'm a weekend show. So my shows are a week in arrears. So if you're listening to this Saturday show, so like this coming Saturday, if you were to listen to the show, you will be hearing the interview I had with Luke DiMarzio, where we talked about his top 15 songs that came out just this year. But the live version will only be on Sirius XM. So everything's a week in the rear or a day in the rear. But at any rate, you're getting fresh content. So there's that. Let's go back to here. So what I did to create this bracket, what I did to create this bracket, I found a website that would rank all of an artist's songs according to their Spotify stream. So their most streamed song all the way down to their lowest streamed song. So what I did was I filtered it down. I got the top 64 songs. I put it all into a bracket, and here we are. So that is the short version. I do have a complete playlist over on my YouTube channel. So shout out to YouTube. I have a playlist on there walking through from the very beginning all the way to where we're at now. So this is where we at. This is where we at. That's terrible English. Sorry, Mom, if you're watching. So this is where we are at. In the red bracket, and this is another thing, nostalgia. Nostalgia played a very key role. Some of the wins along the way, I was just kind of like, man, like we got some early Lecrae fans in here. And nostalgia is a wonderful thing, but sometimes it can handicap you. So anyway, we have in the red bracket, we have background versus Don't Waste Your Life. And let's see who won. No shocker, Don't Waste Your Life has put out background. I was really surprised that background made it that far. Not so much surprised that Don't Waste Your Life lasted this long, because it's one of his iconic songs. It's one of his iconic songs. So let's see. So next up, let's see what we have next up. Let's see the color. I don't want to ruin it. Oh, we have yellow up. So yellow is up next. So we have, now this is the one I'm very, very, very interested in. Very interested in Welcome to America versus What You Mean. What You Mean is on a crazy run. It's on a really crazy run to make it this far. If I had my choice between these two, if I had to pick and guess, I would guess that Welcome to America is going to be the one that gets the win. I'm sorry, my notifications are on. So I just saw that Steph Curry hit a bunch of threes tonight and had 50-something points and almost a triple-double. So shout out to Steph Curry. And back to the yellow bracket. So let's go see who won this matchup. Ooh, by a narrow margin. So this is probably by one vote. If my math is correct, if it was 16 votes, it would have been even. I'm pretty sure that this won by one vote. So if you were the last vote and you voted for Welcome to America, congratulations. You hit the buzzer beater. So let's go ahead and get Welcome to America on to the final four. That's not entirely surprising. That song ages really well too. So what is up next? The green bracket. So we have Jesus Music versus Go Hard. So I was kind of happy that both of these ended up in the same bracket, because they are both legendary songs. And again, like as I created this bracket, I was like, I just don't want it to be like all these nostalgia picks because some people really do have like this. Like I appreciate early Lecrae, but I'm not one of these people who are just kind of like bring back the old Lecrae. I'm like, please don't bring back the old Lecrae. Like I appreciate him, but I appreciate the maturation process of a person because I'm maturing, I'm growing, I'm becoming hopefully a better version of myself, and I'm very intentional about trying to grow and better myself and just not be the same person. If I'm the same person that I was, if I'm the same person that I was even 3 years ago, then like I feel like that's even a problem. So I want to check something really quick. Hold on one second, give me a second. Um yeah, so if I'm the same person even a year ago, like there's a problem. I should be able to be looking at myself and seeing how I'm growing in my faith. Like I was wildly zealous when I was younger, kind of like Lecrae. I told people that they weren't saved before, and I praise God that like I've grown from that. So I'm happy that we have the current Lecrae we have now. He's helped me out so much. Shout out to the song "Journey and Deconstruction." Fantastic songs. So anyway, moving on. We are green. I mean, there's no beating Jesus music. That's just kind of what I feel. Like I just don't feel like there's no beating Jesus music, at least at this rate. Yeah, yeah. So my guess is Jesus music in a very, very close one. I was wrong. It was not close at all. Jesus music wipes the floor with Go Hard. And Go Hard is a classic too. It is a classic too. So all right, so we got Jesus music. I'm not sure. I think this side plays each other, and then this side plays each other as the bracket, how the bracket goes. So, all right, we are rounding out our hour. Not our hour. I'm so used to saying hour because I have an hour radio show. We're running out in half an hour. So let me go look and see if I have any. I still have 7 people watching on X, and nobody's commented. So I'm gonna take you as being a bot. I appreciate you being here, bot. But prove you're not a bot, leave a comment, and we will keep going. So we have Spread the Ops versus Tell the World. Now, Tell the World, that's special to me because that's back when Molly Music was really, really, really buzzing. He was on the uprise, and that collaboration was just fire. That collaboration was fire. And yeah, it's literally, and also quick rant, not rant, but quick reason why this song means a lot is because like I feel like when you talk about the old Lecrae versus the new Lecrae, and I want the full screen for this. I want the full screen for this breakdown. So the song Tell the World, I feel like this old Lecrae versus new Lecrae debate that people do, I think a lot of it is because I feel like Lecrae went from saying it to actually doing it. Like he said in the song, "I'm gonna tell the world." Like that's what he's saying. Like I'm gonna tell the world, not tell the church. I'm gonna tell the world about this. And then also, obviously, he went through some things. I know deconstruction is a scary word for some people. I don't think it's a scary word at all. And maybe I'll talk about that if I feel like it a little bit later. But anyway, so it's ironic that he and Molly went and did R&B music, and then he's back doing kind of both. And he went out. They're telling the world about the goodness of God instead of just saying it. Like it's almost like you're constantly saying like we need to be doing more outreach, and you're constantly saying that, but you're not actually going out and doing it. And I feel like Lecrae actually went out and did it. I said this. I said this in the album review of. I did a album review on one of Lecrae's albums years ago now, and I said then, and I say it now. He was kind of like Peter getting out of the boat, or Jesus calling to the boat, him getting out the boat and him walking on water, and then him stumbling and getting a little water all over him and kind of going under the water, and then Jesus grabbed him by his hand and led him back to the boat. I feel like a lot of Lecrae's critics are just people who are too afraid to get out the boat in the first place. So I'm like, and you're making your YouTube videos and your posts about like, look at him, he fell under the water. Look at him, he took his eyes off of Christ and he fell on the water, and Christ had to come pick him up. I'm like, at least he got out of the boat. You are sitting in the boat. Some of you guys are on the shore, have no idea what it's like to go through things that he's gone through with mental health and feeling like different people have turned their back on him, and you're just making your fancy videos doing commentary on how he was walking on the water, then slipped under the water, and Christ had to, like, I don't know. That's just, to me, like, that's, I'm trying to use nice words, but I want to just say it's weird behavior to me to commentate on something that you've never done in scenarios that you've never been in. So that's my rant on that. So I don't think I even looked and saw who won this matchup. I just went on this rant. So that's why that song "Till the World" means so much to me, because I feel like at that time he was very much entrenched in the Christian hip hop world. But he said that I want to tell the world, and then through different circumstances, he actually went out and started telling the world, and then people got upset with how he was going about doing that. And admittedly, some of the mistakes he's made. I mean, if I don't know if you saw the episode on this podcast where he broke down some of those things, like, admittedly, he made some mistakes along the way, but it's just like God grabbed his hand and raised him back up, and he actually got out the boat in the first place. But anyway, I digress. So I love that song, but I also love "Spread the Ops" because to me it just kind of reads like the book of Psalms. And people are just like, oh, why does he have the song saying "Spread the Ops" out? Like, that's not very kind. I'm like, have you read the book of Psalms and heard how David's just like, murk my enemies? I'm so sick and tired of these people. Like, Psalm 73 comes to mind. Like, he says, like, man, like, my foot almost slipped seeing all these wicked people prosper. But he also talks about towards the end of that chapter about how those people meet their demise. But like, there's plenty of scripture where he's just praying against his opposition. So I didn't have a problem with the song. I love the beat. My guess is that "Spread the Ops" won. Sorry for the ranting, not ranting, because I'm not ranting, but kind of long-winded on this last one. But anyway, let's see who wins. Another narrow victory, again by a buzzer beater. "Spread the Ops," and I'm not mad at either one who won that, because I love both of those songs. So glad that "Spread the Ops" CC4 gets the nod for the final four. And I believe, like I said, I believe red plays blue. Let me go back up to my bracket and see. You can see how things kind of shook out. This is just like your teaser. Go back and see. So red is on. Yeah, so red plays blue. Sorry for all that, but red plays blue. So we have "Don't Waste Your Life" up against "Spread the Ops." We have "Jesus Music" versus "Welcome to America." We have two older songs, two newer songs in this. Well, we have two early Lecrae songs. We have one like middle, and then we have one later. So it's a nice spread out. I have a feeling it's going to be a nostalgic championship. That's what I think that people will decide, but that's not necessarily what I think will happen. So yep, so that is our final four of the Ultimate Lecrae Bracket 2025. I'm thinking about doing this with some other artists. Some of the people that people suggested was I should do KB. Some people suggested that I should do Andy Mineo. So if you have others that you think that we should do, but the thing is, it has to be somebody who has a long catalog and somewhat popular, because I don't want to do a bracket and people are like, who is this person? So I know some people say like, oh, like that's gatekeeping. Sorry if you feel that way, because I don't feel like that's the case. I feel like there's just some artists that are more popular than others, just like there's channels that are far more popular than mine. And it's just like, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with speaking to the people that God put in front of this platform that I have, because I'm just thrilled that I have it. And maybe I will tell the full story of how I got hooked up with the guys with with Holy Culture. Hold on, my throat. Maybe I will tell that story. Maybe I will go into my testimony about imposter syndrome and feeling like there's no way I can do this. Maybe I will do that, because I feel like it'll be a awesome testimony. And I am literally thrilled. Thrilled that I have this platform. Maybe Caleb Gordon. That's a good one. I'm not as familiar with his music, but the dude has a long catalog, and a lot of people know his music. And it also would be cool to maybe do the break and be able to play like snippets, but that's the thing when it comes to copyright, they will take your page, not take your page down, but take the video down and give you issues with that. So Caleb Gordon's a good one as well. So man, this has been a lot of fun. And like I said, like I'm very thrilled that I have this platform. I'm happy to have 10 people watching. I think I've had like anywhere between it's been fluctuating on YouTube. It's been pretty constant with X, but nobody commented. So I'm gonna take it as you guys were bots, but bots need salvation too. Bots need salvation too. So hopefully, yes, hopefully you guys enjoyed this stream. I am I really had fun with that video that I played. So I'll probably reach out to a few outlets to see if they would like to collab with the post on that. But I think I'll give dibs to CHH Talk because I've been rocking with them for the longest. I've been rocking with them for the longest. So um, I may reach out to them really soon just to see if they will be down to collab posts. I think it's fun. I think it's fun. I don't think I'm taking any real shots at people. So yeah, man. Appreciate you. This was fun. This was fun. I want to find more ways to get on here and go live. I'm having fun. I got my switcher here, so I get to have a little fun with the cameras. I kind of feel like Ruslan. Shout out to Ruslan. Actually, give me camera two. Give me camera two. I got my blessed God on here. So when I got my switcher on here, I actually kind of feel like Ruslan a little bit. So but I've been rocking with Ruslan for the longest. Back when he was, gosh, he was not doing the numbers anywhere what he was doing now. This is like when he first started his Patreon. I was a part of his Patreon, and he used to do the hangouts and stuff like that. And it got to the point to where he kind of like where we had some type of mutual kind of, I want to say, like, I'm not gonna hype it, act like we were friends or anything, but like that community was so small at first. It was so small, and if you were in his Patreon, like he actually kind of knew what you had going on in your life, and he helped me out with the channel when I first got started, giving me pointers on like the thumbnails and stuff like that. So it's kind of cool to kind of come full circle. And at that time, another thing about my testimony, like imposter syndrome, and not really feeling like I had a good voice and like had to push through all that. So again, like I keep saying, I'm so thankful for this platform. I'm so thankful for Holy Culture. I'm so thankful for opportunity to have an outlet to talk Christian hip hop, to share with the different Bible studies that God's put on my mind. And I've been doing more teaching Bible studies through Christian hip hop music on my radio show as well. So I'm grateful for you guys, for each and every person that is stopping by. Tell a friend about what we're trying to build over here. And I may actually follow Ruslan's advice that he gave years ago with working on building your own personal community, so you don't have to worry about the algorithm. I don't have to worry about like, oh, like, is this video going to take off? Like my group of people will really rock with it. So I may dabble into that and start sharing some of my blends because I love making Christian hip hop blends and things like that. So this was fun. This was fun. I feel like it's so strange that I'm actually still on here talking, because before I would be counting the minutes to get off of here. My voice would be trembling, my foot would be shaking, I would be kind of all over the board on the video. But like I've really got a level of comfortability in doing this, and I'm having a blast. I'm having a blast. So appreciate you guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys back the rest of your evening. Again, I am B plus, and you're just checking out a live. If you are interested in my actual radio show, subscribe to the channel. I have full show recaps listed there. If you want to catch a show live, you have the Holy Culture Radio app. You also have Sirius XM channel 140 Holy Culture Radio. So this has been fun. I am gonna go eat and get ready to go to bed, y'all. So I appreciate y'all, and until next time, peace in, confusion out, and be positive.